They get CPS calls because they have a fake ass little reality up here where they get money and shit, and their alternate reality, I guess it doesn't go to the ground. Well, while this guy's doing porn, pinging off kids, apparently he's pinging off my daughter who's at Down Tony's and me sitting here. So they pull up my daughter and they pull up me, or maybe it's not even me, maybe it's somebody else in my brainstem body doing porn. Like, I didn't do that. I mean, I see what you were looking at, but that's not what we were doing. You better go talk to Tiffany. When Tiffany's sitting right here, doing nothing at her mom's house. Wasn't nobody fucking her, nobody over there either. Right. Because they were doing porn. There's Japan sticking up for Tiffany Brooks Browning again. She asked Japan to copyright and patent her availability, her permission slips, her everything, because this was not legal here and we were over there. They were rich and she wanted them to keep her on the same computer they had Sarah on, keeping Tiffany on life support and them up here. She never sold her eyes to nobody. Why would she sell her privacy to anybody? It was bad enough that everybody else was already talking out of her mouth and looking through her eyes. She doesn't trust no one because they were the ones sitting there calling her nose picker / porn star when she wasn't a fucking porn star either, bitch. Why don't you go question LaShawn, whoever he is now? Why don't you go question LaShawn and ask LaShawn Clumpet why he called Tiffany a porn star? Why don't you go ask Amanda Tessie up here why they called Tiffany a porn star? Did it look like she was a porn star up here? Okay, well, if it looked like she was a porn star up here, don't you think it could look like she was something else too that she wasn't? Because when I was taking a shower in the dark, this bitch is up here saying, yeah, bitch, I can see you, thinking I'm somebody else doing it out loud. When I wasn't. I was sitting here taking a shower trying to be sexy or whatever they're saying. Like, I'm up here taking a shower knowing people are watching me. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why would you be watching me on the ground or watching somebody else take a shower when I'm taking a shower? Because that's how they set it up for some stupid porn shit. Right. So why the fuck didn't they get in trouble? They did. Okay, so why can't they explain why Tiffany's being accused of that then? I don't know, because apparently they love Tiffany. Don't want to give her money. Mandy knows something that I don't know because she played the game and she was friends with LaShawn. She was also friends with Mikey Allen. Mikey Allen walked in the room and he's all, yeah, Tiffany and Mandy are two of my biggest moneymakers. I'm all, what the fuck are you talking about? Because up here, there's an alternate reality or something. I'm not even sure what it is that they do, but I was not having sex with nobody. I don't know, maybe he was just betting that I would never have sex with anybody that they brought around me or something. I don't know, but I wasn't up here doing vibrator porn. So why was Mandy sitting there like, look at all these vibrators, Tiffany, trying to make me uncomfortable? And why did Mandy show me an STD picture that she got when she logged into a house virtually up here, or somebody sent her one or whatever to embarrass either me or the person on my head in front of Brian Benji? And then you was like, what's this on her head? It's just scabs on her head or whatever. Trying to stick it for Tiffany and that one. It wasn't Tiffany, it was Rebecca. Or fucking Katie or someone else that was stuck in her body or whatever and some connected to the same person or whatever. She was there for like 2 weeks. She ate the bong knife once. She's not a drug addict, dude. She does it for fun every once in a while. She sleeps with me done for my first loss. She doesn't have fun. She smoked because she just gets ridiculed and we get ridiculed through her. So we're sitting like, oh, that's not what happened. She has permission. She has cancer. She's dying. She's bleeding out of her pee hole. I just there and explain it for 2 fucking hours because everybody with a paid informancy fucking mask on sees her do it. Why the fuck are they watching Tiffany on the ground with a paid informancy shield? Why are they reading Tiffany's lips when they're not really reading Tiffany's lips? It's just traumatizing shit that they see in her mouth or whatever this is. Because they're trying to tell on people to smoke weed so they can, what, lead it back to where the weed came from? I didn't sign on for that. I didn't sign on for any of this. This is illegal as fuck. I'm in Washington State. You're not even allowed to look through people's eyes or any of that shit. You're not allowed allowed to set people up. You're not allowed to do narcs. You're not allowed to do that in Washington State. That's why I said to the Interpol people and the CIA that I got permission from Germany to further develop it to be a plus statement and not do what it did to me over there in Portland. And that was set me up for crimes I didn't do, and then turn around and call me a fucking rat tail for telling on whoever it was that did it when I'm not the one who told on him and I have no idea who did the crime at all. If it was even real. So where's the DEA at? How come the DEA can't get down here and see through my eyes and know for a fact that I'm telling the truth? Because yesterday, Father Fogg, the owner of all games, or whomever he is up there, said he has my back and that he's going to get me my money and get me my representation or whatever. I'm never going to have to worry about nothing. And that they'll keep me on life support in my brainstem because my kidneys have failed electronically up here through the skins department because of how many people are connected to me. And too many microwaves went through my head when they were 2 years ago when I saw the stars, when I had to go to the hospital and I couldn't really tell what was going on. I've been to the hospital 4 times. There was not anything wrong with me on the ground. It was wrong with my brain stem connection to this program that I call my program. That's the Deity Group and the Savior Program. Savior Program is one where all the money is. That's Homeland Security. That's overseas. It's big time military stuff. And it is too FBI stuff too. It has nothing to fucking do with this stupid paid informancy bullshit that I'm connected to over here. They've already talked to Twan. They know for a fact Twan and Jubal and everybody else, Mary, fucking Mandy, Katrina, Anthony Ciaz, that they're all involved in the same shit. They just don't understand why Tiffany knows about it on the ground and nobody else does except for Anton. Because why? Because Sean Clumpett is the one that put her in here. And Bo. 4 years ago when he paid her first month's rent on Cora Street. But he didn't put her in here as a tow truck administrative assistant like he said. He put her in here because she was the only one he knew that had never been in trouble. But he didn't know she did drugs like that or that she had ever had sex with AK. So basically, he put her in here as somebody to be this innocent person while they did whatever they did, or to vouch for him or whatever. And that's why they were like, oh, there goes our insurance policy. But they also didn't know who I was in real life because there was this fake persona of whoever I am that didn't do drugs up here and it was supposed to stay like that. But then the first thing they do as soon as they think that Tiffany's going to get her money is be like, oh, well, she used to do this. And I'm like, yeah, I used to do this because you guys were watching me illegally and you're not allowed to watch people have sex if you see hypodermic needles in it. Because Anthony Ciaz uses them all the time. And so did Puppet, the one that didn't want to be watched, listened to, recorded, or written down, which is a profile of Tiffany Brooks Browning, not a personality. Tiffany Brooks Browning has the same personality all the time, and recently, for the last 2.5 years, it's nothing but manically depressed. Oh wait, it was pretty fucking depressed the years before that too, when she's sitting on her bed, staring at piles of clothes, when she has no idea that 2 days or 3 days or 4 days have passed because somebody else is sitting in her brain, thinking for her, either doing FBI investigations or doing rat-tailing or narcolepsy or paid informanting or whatever they did or playing the Game of Thrones. Mike Allen said to Tiffany, he's like, I don't really do Facebook anymore. You probably know why. I'm all, I don't know why. But he didn't answer the question. When I called Mike Allen to say, I care about you and I love you, please don't do Blue's Clues or whatever. I hope you don't die over Blue's Clues because Nick died. First thing he did was say some backwards ass comment on Facebook, like something about, like, I'm a rat tail. I'm all, are you on my head, guy? Because I'm pretty sure you're the one that had a rat tail coming out of your coat, Mandy. When they're saying it to me next to or AK, right? Yeah, because that's what it is. Like, they talk to me, but they're talking about whoever's on my head, I guess. So, when AK, the black guy, is on the phone talking about him working for the Credit Protected Services and the UE says CPS, I'm all, why in the fuck would you have Anthony Ciaz working for CPS for the person on my head? Ain't no white boy fucking on my head that needs CPS calls. It's fucking Anthony. But they didn't know, I guess, Anthony Ciaz was Anthony Ciaz because they had that phone number or whatever that conversation was, looking like a white boy saying that against AK. Right, because they put AK through my face. They put AK through my face, they put Anton I through my face, and they put a version of Amanda Tessie or Sarah or Katrina through my face with Jessica Pace's in body or personality in it. Jessica Pace knows shit too. Who else knows stuff? Ashley Service. Okay, all of these people have all been in trouble before. I've never been in trouble. I just sat on my bed. Oh yeah, and then Amanda, you wouldn't be able to look it up, but whatever her last name is. The place where Amy Young used to live over there, down there, whatever that street is over there, Powell, but further down. I think Amanda ended up moving in there. His baby's mom with the blind son. Well, that guy that owns that house, it's like a clean and sober place or whatever. He also knows some stuff that about the pervert shit and about Anthony C. as his past that not everybody else knows. And I don't think Amy Young necessarily chose AK over her son. I think she just got back on drugs when he got out of prison. But then again, I don't know because I didn't ask her about it. I don't honestly know if Katrina knows, Hayward, if Katrina knows that he potentially had CPS on him in the past or not, and I still 100% do not know for sure if his first baby mom had a restraining order against him because of something that really happened that was CPS related, or if it's just what it seemed like to the UE people, I guess, who were already watching him, or maybe she had an older daughter that was, I don't know, because I don't know. But then next thing you know, I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, okay, so you're telling me Mandy had CPS on her? You're telling me that Katrina had CPS on her because of Bella? Or maybe it was AK? You're telling me that the other one had CPS on her for a different reason. You're telling me that Tanika had CPS on her, or her kids did. But nobody told me you guys were connected to CPS, Jessica Messer? That's 5 fucking people that I know that had CPS attached to them, and I had no fucking clue that I probably shouldn't be connected to this people over here that all had CPS cases blaming me for whatever they did in here, and then submitting transmissions like I'm the bad guy. It's like, you've got to be kidding me right now. I'm clueless about everybody else's life because all I do is sit in my room 18 hours a day and work. Before the last 2.5 years, before they put the bodies through my fucking face to sit here and abscond and do porn or whatever they were doing, or maybe it was to get me back because I lied to them about ever sleeping with AK and he got incest charges or child abuse charges or whatever happened to LaShawn up here that made Katrina Hayward's mom blame the brown baby's dad for the child abuse shit or whatever. Because that's how they will work. That's how they'll work. Up here, they'll stick up for whoever's up here and blame somebody else. But I don't think anybody hurt those kids. I'm not gonna say I don't think AK flirted with the fucking teenager if she looked like that and mom wasn't around. But I don't honestly think that he would have hurt Bella either because he's a narc. But I guess I don't know what narcs are. But I thought it was where people can look through your eyes anytime, or that you have somebody attached to you up here in law enforcement. And then they get him arrested, or maybe they actually have to turn people in. I don't know, because I'm not them. And I never pictured Anthony being a paid informant because he never had money. So, just whatever it is or isn't is fucking illegal, and I don't understand why I can't get money on my Green Dot Go-To card to be able to be a better mom to my kids and my family before I die in real life. Like, I'm supposed to have a lot of fucking money, man. A lot of money. I mean, I'm not specifically suing anyone, but they keep saying I did, but I didn't. But they sue people in my different names, acting like they're the ones that got permission, like they're the ones that were hurting here because they lied from the get. Because this bitch right here named Sarah up here pretended that she was Tiffany up here. So while she's over here running this syndicate the wrong way, letting them do porn or whatever, over here the UE is charging Tiffany inappropriate behavior or something like that. Or I don't even know, maybe it wasn't even Tiffany, maybe it was Katrina. But whatever it was, got phone calls made in the worrisome department about Soraya. When Soraya lived at Sal Antoni's the whole time. I'm at my mom's house when they called me. They called me at my mom's house on my mom's phone. I think it was CPS. It was somebody like that. And they left a message. And it was like, needy families or something. And I was scared a little, but not because I was guilty, because of whatever the fuck was going on up here. Because they had told me that my daughter, Soraya, had gotten hurt in the UE, which is the upper echelon up here. They didn't say she was hurt on the ground. I knew for a fact my daughter had been hurt on the ground. I'm not stupid. But they made me so fucking scared about it that I had to steal my mom's car to go check on her because of whatever the fuck happened up here. They wanted me to prove to them up here that my daughter was not with me and was not with AK or not with these people because they were pinging wrong doing porn. Or whatever it was when they refixed bodies, or maybe it was they're trying to move it from one person to a different fucking person to get it off that dude that was attached to that child, or whatever. Or maybe it wasn't even my daughter, but they used the name Soraya. But the point is they told me to go steal my mom's car and go check on my daughter at Sal's. And I did, and I was like, "Hey Sal, just so you know," and I said the voices in my head because what am I supposed to say? I don't know. The Magic CPS people and the people from the FBI and the people that are paid informants and the NARC community of measurement told me to come check on my daughter at Sal Antoni's to make sure that her forward brains didn't think that something happened to her, like they were doing child pornography or something using their internet signal and their body scans and whatever else when I'm not even there. Because I'm not up here in the UE taking care of my baby girl or my son that came in here 1,000 fucking times off pictures at all different ages. Because I'm an anchor. If you pull me up there, guess what? The people that are talking through my mouth, or maybe it's the people on my chain that don't talk through my mouth, would be the ones saying shit out of my mouth. It wouldn't even be my personality. It would be them. The people that are in here right now, that's who would be in my body. So am I already in here like that? Yeah, but you just have a different face and you're a guy. Right. So they can't have me with my face on up there with my UE, my Secret 7 Services people, the lady Cheryl from Arizona or whoever she isn't. Maybe that's not really her name, okay? Because there was a FBI person in Portland that got fired named Cheryl. So they might have just used her profile because back then when they cut out time, she still had a job then. But anyways, whoever these people are, they don't exist necessarily, right? But they use profiles, right? But whoever this Cheryl person is, she is from Arizona, I'm pretty sure. And she's the sweetest human being on the planet up here. And she's scared to death to lose her job wherever she is. And that's not okay. You can't get mad at these bitches named Cheryl or FBI women or Celeste or the CPS people necessarily. You can't get mad at them because you let these dudes up here do what they fucking did to Tiffany. There was not a girl standing in Tiffany's body when a drone sent them electronic bodies and then laid her down and scanned them in with this fake skins program or whatever it is that they did up here to do porn and abscond while AK and Anthony Ciaz and LaShawn Clumpett and Bo all had already moved to Arizona and the people over here in Oregon wanted to keep playing the game. Because that's exactly what that was. Through Mandy and Mikey Allen and number 2 and Anton. I ain't stupid. They had something to do with it, yeah, I think, trying to get credit for something, like LaShawn and Anthony Ciaz and Bo, for whatever they had been involved in back then. In the NARC department, to catch a bigger fish than them, right? Right, so bam, here comes the SWAT team murder. Now Tiffany's the killer of the SWAT team guy. They send her out of town 15 fucking times, or whatever it is. And she literally sees herself running. I can't explain it, dude. She sees herself running from the house. There's a different one where somebody got killed. She sees herself running from that house in her brain, like it's like a vision, or like I can't explain it. But she's not the only one who's seen it. 4 or 5 other people seen him running from the house too, themselves running from the house, because all 5 brainstem codes are connected like that, and that's illegal to do that to somebody who didn't sign up for it. So in the judicial department in the syndicate or whatever, right? If somebody gets in big trouble and they have a lot of money called like a spoon-fed motherfucker, or maybe it's a ring or a watch or something, you can pay a certain amount of money up here. It's usually 10 grand and they call it a syndicate, but it's not. And you pay that money and you ask people to be on your list. Okay, and these people, if they agree to be on your list, they'll come in here as somebody different. It's basically a profile. And your personality is kind of in there somewhere, I think, inside of somebody else. And they'll alternate community service it up here from wherever you're from. But I don't know if it was Portland that they were doing it or if it was Oregon, because I don't know what crimes they've done because I was never there. I didn't see anything. I didn't throw anything away. And snitching on a snitch still a snitch. But I didn't run it on extradition either, Anthony Ciaz. You know what I'm saying? But yet Anthony Ciaz is still here being an ARC, and LaShawn Clumpett is still here being one too when they don't live here, because this shit all went through me. This went through Mandy. My brother Robert Michael Browning was involved 2 summers ago. My sister Summer Reeves was involved 2 summers ago. Okay, they don't know much about nothing. They just remember getting text messages from the same people that were playing the game because I didn't have a phone while I lived at my mother's house. My mom and I lived together. My brother lived there too, on 10th Street over there. I didn't live with my baby girl. I'm sitting here waiting to get money from the UE to be able to be a better mom to my baby girl. Now I've missed out on 2 more fucking years of her growing up. I was just there at a birthday party, and everybody loves me. She loves me. She came and gave me a big hug, and I'm like, don't worry, baby. Don't worry. I'm going to be getting a car soon. Yay, it's going to be awesome. I'll be able to bring you presents next year, whatever. Maybe I'll be able to buy you school clothes this time. 3 fucking summers in a row, motherfucker. Meanwhile, they sit here and they talk to people like my doctor. They sit here and they have this bitch up here with the red fucking cigarettes, like I said, Sarah or Jessica Pace or whoever the fuck she isn't, Ashley or whoever the fuck it isn't, in an alternate reality, getting me looking bad, going to the schizo camp for me and saying stuff out loud that I didn't fucking say to set me up for schizophrenia or whatever it is or isn't that they're trying to set me up for, to protect themselves, who are all in here doing porn or whatever. They're getting paid to do that. And they're getting paid to do that so that Tiffany doesn't get her money, so that she can be a better mom, and just ignore the fact that she's still connected like this, making $1 billion fucking dollars. Meanwhile, not paying Tiffany has killed like 18 of her fucking friends that she knows in real life. Because this guy up here, the paid informant guy, or maybe it's FBI Portland, or maybe it's fucking DEA, or maybe it's somebody different, or maybe it's Arizona, or maybe it's Washington State, just coming down on Tiffany thinking like, okay, well, I didn't realize that you had never been in trouble, Tiffany, because they said you got arrested from Cora Street. I was like, I did not get arrested from Cora Street. That was Tanika. Don't you remember me talking to the phone pole judge in Florida when she got arrested? And it wasn't like the cops came there as soon as I left town. They didn't. She went to her PO officer appointment, and they went there to check her house, because apparently there was a report of guns and drugs being sold from there or stolen or whatever AK fucking said. AK called her PO and was like, yeah, there's drugs being done in front of kids and guns are being sold from the house and whatever else he said. Or maybe CPS fucking accusations or whatever. Because AK's like that. Anthony Ciaz is a fucking piece of shit. And it's not just him, it's the white boy on his head. Because the white boy on his head gets accused of it too. So he would rather sit there and be like, because he's through me. Who's also through me? Who's also through me? Other people, because they have an alternate universe, the same apartment, looking way different. Still paying off the same people. We just blaming Anthony Ciaz because that's the kind of guy he is. He's also the kind of guy that'll send out flyers to all your friends and all your neighbors on the ground. If he can figure out a way to do it to revenge on you, you bet your ass. And it ain't just him, it's the guy on his head and everybody else too. Because if they don't blame it on somebody else, whatever they were getting in trouble for up here, then they're going to get in trouble for it. But see, Tiffany's not up here with her personality in it to stick up for her. But yet, the guy that is in her head up here, the one that's getting all this money, is her too. So he knows what's going on. He's being a fucking master manipulator or whatever, with the law enforcement having his back to keep this paid informacy thing going on through Portland and through Oregon the way that it has been. Because since I said Homeland Security, since I got permission from Germany to further develop it, Tiffany Browning on the ground, since I did the legal part from Washington State, now it's actually lucrative. It's like extremely lucrative, right? Above me, with my Universal Bureau of Investigation up here that goes all across the United States virtually, and can reach down with a drone or a person see-through and pick them up for questioning to see how we can shine onto their country with love and solve criminal history, right? So we pull them up here, we can put their body on. It's much different than watching an M-worthy video, watching somebody beat their child. You're literally sitting here thinking this kid is getting beat on purpose because you're watching it. They're showing these people videos up here of this child getting beat, okay? And they're watching it and they're bawling. Like, it's just, I haven't seen them, but they have, okay? And they sit in my body all the time and they're like, that's not a kid getting beat, dude. That's a girl getting beat up by her boyfriend. That's the boyfriend. That's the girl. This is Tiffany sitting here, and that's her daughter. For some reason, Tiffany's daughter and Tiffany's brainstem codes are connected to those two people, Tiffany ain't beating her fucking daughter. Tiffany ain't beating her son. Her son ain't beating his sister. Tiffany's not having incest with Elijah while Sarah up here, her doppelganger, has sex with Anthony Ciaz. I mean, Anton Ide, who used to do Blue's Clues supposedly with Elijah Jimenez attached to him, or maybe it's Robbie attached to him because Robbie was the one getting the fucking messages by number 2. So they're all kind of connected to Robbie / Elijah somehow. And I'm connected to Sarah and Ashley Service and Katrina Hayward. Why is my baby girl up in here? She's not supposed to be up in here when her mom never had a CPS fucking case, you stupid bitch. My fucking children have never been hurt like that just because I hung out with a bunch of scary people or people that did criminal activity and I was totally clueless on the CPS version of whatever AK's problem was. Is that's not my fault. CPS called. Why did Jessica call me back on her birthday? Did they get a letter? that Tiffany's dangerous to be around, or she hangs out with a child molester named Anthony Ciaz and is totally fine with it because he hurt her daughter in the past. Or maybe they said some other shit. Because I don't know what they fucking said, because you fucking won't send me nothing. You won't send me nothing. I filled the IC3s. I fucking threatened, what's his name? Israel. I was like, send me my shit then. Like, you want to come back here and ask me where my daughter lives? Or what school she goes to? For what? It's none of your fucking business. My daughter lives over there with her dad, and she's safe where she's at. She ain't with me. You know how fucking annoying it is thinking that somebody else made a false police report about my baby girl getting hurt to protect their self up here? Katrina Hayward, Bella, Anthony Ciaz, LaShawn Clumpett, Katrina Hayward, Tanika Brown. Did AK fuck with Tanika Brown's daughter? Did Tanika Brown's daughter get pregnant by a guy who was over the age of 18 and she wasn't 18 yet? Okay, well, I didn't know that. Because they didn't tell me that. Because when her daughters were around, when I was visiting or whatever, they did not seem like 17, 18-year-olds. They seemed like they were 21 years old. They both had kids. I had no fucking clue that they weren't 21 yet. Or that they had CPS involved in their shit. Because I don't talk to them like that. I stayed in the fucking bedroom when I was there. Like I do now. I can't interact with other people like a normal human being because I'm constantly working. Because the people in my body make me sit here because they're constantly working. To free themselves of what they've been charged with, to help Tiffany free herself. But by the time they get up there, it's not Tiffany anymore. They're sticking up for somebody different. What you guys have fucking done and what you have let happen, and I'm mad at everybody right now. What you guys have let go through, like you can't read the minds of these people that filled out these IC3s up here. No, because we call them up here virtually, and it's the same people that filled it out, and they're just accounting for their blessings, right? So when I see this report card on the ground of all these supposed CPS calls on Tanika, I call the motherfucker, and guess who it is that made the report on Tanika? It wasn't her fucking kids. It was Anthony Ciaz getting Tiffany and Tanika back for setting them the fuck up for watching Nico and bringing Nico in here while he's doing videography porn painted white over here with Tanika painted white, or maybe it's her daughters because they're catfishing from the ground because that's what it looks like. Getting CPS calls. Tanika never had sex with her fucking daughter. Her daughters never had sex with AK. They don't like that nigga just like Katrina don't. At least that's what we think. But who knows, right? You have no idea how much I fucking hate Anthony Ciaz. So, anyways, you guys have been dropping the ball, and so is the FBI up here, or the UE up here, the CPS people. All these people have dropped the ball up here. Not understanding the whole time that Tiffany is down here. She has 5 people attached to her brainstem. 5. Okay? They put one's a UE, so it's a law enforcement person, I think. They put somebody stood in her body. So there's Tiffany, somebody standing in her body, right? Okay, and then they put 3 people, 3 bodies to her. They said it was Anthony Ciaz, and then it was Mandy or Katrina or Ashley or Sarah, and then Anton Ide / LaShawn / Bo / number 2. And those 2 had an evil force attached to them, which was either evil police force or maybe FBI evil. I don't know if it was from Portland or if it was from Arizona or if it was the paid informancy or if it was the NARC program or what it was. And then you have evil CPS finding out that they're losing their jobs because they're over here talking to my therapist, making my therapist not want to be my therapist because of whatever the fuck they said up here. And then you try to give me some old evil man? Like, are you serious right now? Every single fucking call that you guys have had has been in the last 2.5 years. These motherfuckers are literally submitting transmissions. Either they're looking through the wrong eyes and not understanding what they're seeing, or they're doing it to protect themselves. Is it a wink? Yeah. So how come these people won't tell me their real names? Or who they want to represent up here on this day? Because they can go to this profile on this day in the FBI and open up this profile on this day. I don't know. Probably because they're pinging from my brainstem. So who is in charge of this case? You can't tell me? Isn't that illegal when you've never been in trouble? Yeah, sort of. Okay, well, somebody who's ever hurt another human being or done anything illegal that has anything to be really scared of or whatever, right, doesn't ask you to investigate the way we would. And how we would is you give this motherfuckers calls on the ground. You don't call them from an alternate universe. You call them on the fucking ground. on the ground from a landline phone. Not a cell phone on line 1 where you guys are. But I can't even get these requests to the FBI or whoever this is, right? And they're like, we don't call people, we investigate up here. Right! But you're never going to get the right information because Tiffany's the only one who knows the truth. Even the people who send her the fucking bodies don't know the truth. They just know they're involved somehow. I know more about solving criminal history and child abuse cases than anyone on the ground because these people have sat in my body, looking out my windows, bringing the case over here and the memory over here, and they can see how the fuck they're connected to these shits. They put people through me that already had a CPS helmet on, a NARC helmet on, and a paid informant helmet on, connected to an FBI frequency because they came from Arizona to do it. The 2 see-through people that looked at me, you know, the trail leavers, they're from the FBI in Arizona. Or maybe it's just the Entity program, which is my program that I got permission to further develop in Washington State because that's where I live. The ones that don't exist, right. They'll work hand in hand with the FBI. I know for a fact Tiffany's clean and sober and she's a multi-billionaire in Washington State for not being an narc and not being a rat, not being a paid informant. Right. You think I like hearing that there's a fake fucking jail up here where you can put people in so they don't get arrested on the ground, so they get away with doing shit? No. You think I like hearing that there's a fake fucking jail up here and a fake schizophrenic clinic where people can wear my name or whatever it is and disrespect me up here, make me look like something I'm not? No. Okay? I hear shit from the echelon telling me what's going on. This is angel people that don't exist, letting me know that there's something wrong here. Okay? When I'm sitting at Ema's house, clean and sober, right? I literally hear Ema's voice saying, "Oh, you're on drugs. You gotta go to the hospital. We're gonna take you back to the schizo clinic." Red smoker, Marlboro Red smoker. Sarah, Ashley, Shelly. And then on this side, I hear my mom saying, "Oh, nope. Tiffany can't come back here in Vancouver, Washington to the apartment because, well, apparently she married Anthony Ciaz and she's labeled as something like that now. Because phone calls were made or submissions were transmitted. Teresa, yeah, because up here they didn't even know Tana Cloud had ever been my friend. Because me and Tana haven't talked in a long time. Because up here, whoever's on Tana's head is not even Tana. It's someone else in her brainstem up here. Anyway, the fact is that my friends sit here and talk to me on Facebook and they're like, "We're just worried about you, you know, I hope you get your whatever underway soon." And I'm all, "What whatever underway soon? Like what?" But I mean, other than a video of me telling you that the UE up here is telling me that these people are paying you guys up here in the echelon to either set me up or to give me money on the ground, right? And she's all, "Well, you wonder why nobody picks you up." I'm like, "What do you mean? I've never asked you guys to pick me up. Who the fuck is up here asking my friends to pick me up? Making me look stupid. So what, my friends are just gonna come here and pick me up? So meanwhile, they're sending them fucking messages. It doesn't make sense. It's not me sending them. Oh, and by the way, they can make videos up here on my video. Yeah, because the one on fucking Christmas where I'm sitting there at Sylvia's house, right? And I'm like, I'm paying your mortgage and you're keeping me from this beautiful family back here that loves me without me, you know, being able to be a normal functioning member of society with the FBI having my back, okay? Right? My family loves me. My friends hate me. With a wink. They didn't hate me. They didn't know shit until you guys started using their profiles to stick up for crankheads and crackheads and stick up for yourselves up here. Over and over again. For virtual reality porn. Trying to go backwards right now. Yeah, the cops didn't get called to Rachel's up here on line 1. Rachel's house. Or maybe it was her house up here. And almost get her kids taken away up here, but they let her go because she was a single mom. Okay, well, Rebecca got her kids taken away on line 1 over there in New Hampshire or Ohio or whatever it was. On line 1 at least. I don't even know if they got her kids taken away on the ground. Why don't you go ask her? She's sitting up in fucking jail right now and you guys are lying to me about it because you're too afraid to go to jail yourself and lose your fucking CPS FBI job, dude. Because let me tell you something. Ain't none of these bitches up here that are female responsible for shit. These are men and women's bodies doing everything. These personalities that you're fucking talking about while you're trying to arrest Sarah, it ain't even fucking Sarah's personality in it. It's a fucking dude. Every single fucking person up here that's fronting on the line about who they are and aren't, it ain't no fucking girl in there. It's a fucking dude. At least it used to be. It used to be. It's not Cheryl, Rebecca, Stella, Katie, Celeste's fault that they were misled about who Tiffany was. It's their fault because one of these people, one of these dudes knew for a fact that Tiffany was sitting down here not able to see us. But they get confused because when they're sitting in my body and they hear somebody say, "Hey, Tiffany, you want some money soon on your Green Dot card?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well, they're also saying, "Yeah," thinking that they're talking to them in here who cannot see out of my eyes because they're on my head, if that makes sense. So maybe there is a Tiffany Browning up here getting money on her Green Dot go to card and getting supported while she's staying clean and sober down here without her fucking kids and without the availability to be a better mom or anything before she dies because she is blood, pad, piss and blood. Okay? But it's not all the time, it's only sometimes. Just like Carol Browning's kidneys were failing at her doctor's appointment because she had skins on. Yeah, that's because we were getting HIV treatment. Or maybe she was just on the bad cell because they had put, some sickle cell anemia shit in the line trying to get rid of this FBI fake informancy, whatever it is that they do up here to kill the brain stems of the person and get them disconnected because apparently they're not allowed to just turn them into the FBI and say, "Can you FBI disconnect this person?" or CPS disconnect this person or paid informant disconnect this person or NARC DEA disconnect this person. It's like, you would think putting poison on the line would be like the worst idea after Tiffany already said that on the other one, Life Force is lost in Biba's mom. Right. So you try to kill the molester and you kill all these fucking UE members on accident, like Lawyer Dan and Buddy the dog and freaking Buck Harris, Brian Harris, and like a bunch of other people. But yet Anthony Cia is the supposed one who was hurting kids when he's sleeping with bitches that ain't his fucking wife and he's not allowed to do that because he has CPS in the past and went to prison for it, or at least was assumptive of that's why he went to prison. Maybe he went to prison for selling crank, but it looked like CPS calls up here because these dudes up here were being perverts watching through his eyes, do porn through a computer system or through his eyes like cops and shit. You think I don't know about that? There's Tara's stepdad up there is a profile. He got charged up with her fucking 8-year-old son or some crap for a minute. Callahan, whoever he was, lost his job because he looked like a pervert or something. It's like, whatever happens up here ain't the fucking real thing, especially now because these are profiles of people. People have borrowed cops' uniforms. People have borrowed whatever. I've also had real cops and real paid informants and real people come down here and sit in my body after they've had to go through this shit for days and days and days. Okay, they started off like, "Fuck a crackhead, fuck a whore, la 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 la," right? And then by the time they've lived it and went through it in here, they're like, "Jesus fucking Christ, dude. This is impossible. This is not whatever we come in here with, the brain thoughts that we come in here with, by the end of it, we've lived it, we've been a part of them for a minute. We have compassion, we have understanding, we want this stopped. We want Tiffany to get a representation, none of these other motherfuckers in here, and just get it stopped. We're not sitting here sticking up for the robber, whatever. We're not sitting here sticking up for them. We just don't want them punished through Tiffany. Just wipe the slate clean. It's only a few people. How about removing Elijah's felony over there? You said you were going to expunge it for Tiffany Brooks Browning for everything that you guys did because these motherfuckers are the one that trained them to do everything. These motherfuckers are the ones who set him up. These motherfuckers are the ones that paid him off. These motherfuckers are the ones that did everything they did to disillusion what they were doing up here. Whatever they were doing. I don't know, dude. Isn't it a big thing to like steal cars and like turn in your drug dealer and forget to pick him up at jail? Or maybe that's something different Anthony C is over there in Arizona. Isn't that the whole thing? They're like, "I saw you steal a car." I was like, "No, you didn't. You saw me drop off Scrappy, who had a key for it." And then he loans me the key and our car, and he's like, "Here you go, Tiff. Hope you get caught in it." But he didn't say that, but he was acting like that. And no, I never used to drive stolen cars. And no, I never did anything illegal like that or whatever. And I hope this is still recording. I never committed crimes really, okay? I sold drugs for a little bit for my own supply back when we had COVID because I didn't have money and I didn't have any other way to get them. And AK was not here then. but I always paid for my own stuff. I'm not a slut. I was not up here selling my body. I was not up here selling past drug usage or whatever they're saying. Any money that you've seen above me that looks like it's being paid to these chime cards or these cards is being paid by them up here in like this alternate fake reality with this fake money system or whatever it is to keep these people up here happy. It doesn't usually go to the ground, but it is supposed to go to the ground for Tiffany. When you think about how illegal this is and how fast we got information about shit overseas, fuck that, dude. There was only a few people in trouble on my list. You're telling me you can't expunge Elijah's fucking report over there in Portland? Okay, well, by you not expunging it, people are dying because they're all brainstem code connected to Elijah too. And I can't explain to you what it is, but it's then connected to a capital murder. It's connected to a Mexican mafia situation. It's connected to something different, even more scarier, which is the FBI killing people on purpose to cover up their dirt. When you guys were never allowed to watch me, listen to me, record me, or write me down, you were never allowed to look through my eyes. You were never allowed to send me bodies. You were never allowed to scan them in. You were never allowed to pull me up to the echelon through my eyes the same way they send me bodies, making me stand there and stare up while they're literally sending me something from the sky called a sidewinder, which is what you use up here when you work for the FBI, or maybe it's the expensive CPS people, or maybe it's the DEA, or maybe it's the narcolepsy program, because all of those units of measure were involved in those people, not Tiffany, those people. But yet, those people all have normal lives on the ground, and Tiffany doesn't. When Katrina left to go see Anthony Ciaz, she got some money on her card, they said, that was partially my money that I earned for 18,000 service hours with the UE down here, not being a narc or a rat or a paid informant. But medical advancements, technological advancements, crime prevention in the future, all of our relationships with dignitaries and other universes and other citizens or whatever, all across the United States, because we did too float around somehow after I saw the stars, because we had already been to Germany. You have to go through different countries like Sweden, and we were right next to Japan, and we were borrowing electricity because we were dying. Okay, we borrowed electricity from Japan and from PGE up here to keep us alive. Japan's son was talking to Tiffany on the ground, or through Tiffany on the ground, talking to Tiffany on the ground, not knowing that Tiffany on the ground has a matching uh, angel bitch or whatever you want to call her, a beautiful human being that doesn't talk out loud, and she's so beautiful, and like she just goes like this and she sends messages like that, and when you're up here you can see what comes out of her hand, and it's like pictures and it's blessings and it's forgivenesses and it's papers with signatures and all kinds of cool shit. But the one up here that is that person did not know that they were sitting in Tiffany's head bone up here, and that the UE people like Cairo Syria, whoever he was from Japan that came down through Sweden that was in love with her, was talking to Tiffany Browning on the ground. They also didn't know that Tiffany Browning on the ground is the one who saw the stars. They thought it was her who saw the stars, or him. So they never know who they're protecting on the ground, because it can look like any number of people, like any of these 5 people they put through my brain stems, which, by the way, they all had people attached to them too. And then there's another syndicate that's over there, which was a really, really scary one, which is where all the rapists and the purposeful kills were at. I mean, this shit has been going on for 14 years. They put 14 years of pain and scary shit on Tiffany 2 years ago, sitting on Mandy's steps virtually. Like, I'm just gonna handle it. So maybe it wasn't actually on Tiffany, it was on whoever they put on top of me, but they didn't even know that I was involved at all, because they don't usually do it like that. They do it up here, and it's for the person who's in trouble and the 4 people or the 5 people that he chose, and it's always a dude, it ain't a fucking girl. And so it's the 5 people that he chose to come in here and stick up for him. And at the end of the year, you either get money or you get it expunged or you get it whatever, whatever, whatever. But while you're in here, it's like life or death. It's scary as fuck. You ain't supposed to be doing drugs in here. You ain't supposed to be having sex. You're supposed to be logging in, doing your job, and going home. But that ain't what it is it? They're sitting over here doing virtual reality porn, pinging off my brain stems while I'm telling them not to use my body illegally, because virtual reality pornography gives you CPS cases and spreads germs through your body skins. The same way that my hives affected my mother Carol and Emma Ermelina Cortez over there. Can I tell my mom and Ermelina Cortez that we have matching skin? Sorry, got hives. No, I can't. That connection that I'm talking about is my program that's keeping me dying in real life, and it's keeping me alive at the same time. It heals my brain stems with blue life force. I can feel it. It comes down. It's cold. It's on my back right now. But the thing is that they have lifelines attached to me that expire, named red, yellow, and not green or blue. There should not be any lifelines behind me or my mother or my daughter that are expiring. My daughter should not be connected on the ground where she can be pulled up in here and come down and go, Mom. And I can hear her and she's talking out of my fucking mouth because of some assumptive fucking bullshit that happened last year or the year before when she's safe where she's at. My daughter was never put in harm's way. My daughter's not riding. That eventually was put in harm's way around some gangbangers, I guess. My daughter is not Tanika's kids. Okay, my daughter lives full-time at Sal and Tony. She's been happy and healthy there. Okay, she's lived there since she was 7. She was in a happy, healthy home when I raised her too, with me and my mom living there, and Xavier, full-time mom, stay-at-home mom, with my mom helping because I had severe depression because my dad died or whatever. And it's like, from that age, from 7, like I missed her going to kindergarten and shit because Adam, because he was psychopath, abusive piece of shit. The first guy I met, he was like 5 years younger than me. And he's dead too, by the way, from Arizona. I mean, I keep saying Arizona. I meant Salem. Okay? Haley fucking, whatever her name is, Bowman was involved in this shit too up here, but she doesn't know on the ground that she was involved in it. And it's like, because she met up with AK because she's a slut bunny. But anyway, it's just fucked up, man. Because more people died the other day, and my son is just fucking scared, dude. He's fucking running scared, dude. He shouldn't be running scared. He should be at home with his mom, safe, dude. I should have my own apartment. He should be able to be getting off drugs. I should have a car. I should have the representation from the goddamn motherfucking FB fucking I. But instead, they're letting this paid informacy program run people's lives. And it's like, are you fucking serious, bro? I've never been in trouble. I'm not a sum of these bitches you put on me. I'm not Tanika. I'm not Katrina. I'm not Ashley Service. I'm not LaShawn Clumpy. I'm not Anthony Ciez. I'm not Mary Carlos. I'm not these people who have all been in trouble and do bad shit. I don't steal cars. I don't steal from stores. I don't do that shit. I didn't do that when I did drugs either. I just sat on my bed letting you fuck my life off. I don't have a choice but to sit here. There's somebody driving my train to do every single fucking thing that I do. I don't scratch my own eye. I don't get up to go pee by myself. These people are in my body. If they don't want me to move, I don't move. If I don't talk, they don't talk. If I want to talk, sometimes they'll totally take my voice away or stop moving my mouth. And it's not just one person connected to me, it's 3 of them. So the simple fucking fact, but the 2 of them don't know that though. But the simple fucking fact that any of these bad reports could ever come back on me and stop me from getting my emotional support and my mental card up here reduced to whatever you're saying. I'm not schizophrenic. This is multiple profile disorder, and that's what that is. It's profiles talking to my mouth virtually, keeping me alive on the ground with the blue life force machine. Because I don't want to get disconnected from my programs that they put me in, even though I fucking hate them and I hate what it did to me and I hate what it did to other people and I hate how people have died. But this is your fault that they died. This is your fault in here for not listening to me the first time. It's your fault in here for changing all of my IC3s up here to say different shit or attaching yours, trying to blame me to cover up for your first fucking lie for him or whoever this isn't who didn't understand that Tiffany's never been in trouble and that they were never allowed to watch or listen or record or write her down or forget about the fact that there was a whole nother year before that. So when they came down here last summer, yeah, you know the video that's sitting there, I'm beating my legs up and you see 3 or 4 different people talking out of my mouth. It's on the one that says Echelon Mom or whatever, Echelon Women, right? It's because of what happened. This is what happened last year at this time. Somebody pulled this zippered court case folder off of number 2's desk up here, thinking that some bitch was getting away with a bunch of shit that ain't fucking real. It ain't no bitch getting away with nothing, bitch. It's AK, Anthony C. is in here doing porn, sleeping with bitches who ain't his wife. And as far as I know, that's it anymore, because he has a good job. But any fucking ways. I was not the one in here sleeping around. I was not in here doing porn because I'm not in here. I've never been in here as a fucking player. I'm on the ground. I've been an anchor since they put me in here like that because off of my brainstem was me / Katrina, I guess, on my head mixed with LaShawn somehow. But then back down to Anthony and Bo's in there somewhere. But I never gave them permission to do that to my head. I had no fucking idea that that's what it was when he said, you're going to come out to Arizona and be a tow truck administrative assistant for us because when people get arrested, their cars get towed down to the towing yard or whatever, and we can send you in there because you've never been in trouble with an affidavit to have them sign it to get their keys from whoever. Or no, an affidavit to have them sign it so we can pay to get their car taken out and keep it with us. And we can use it or borrow it or sell it for them and pay their bail or whatever it is that they do. That's what they told me. I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. You know what I mean? Because that would suck to get arrested and lose your car on top of it, especially if you were only in there for like a week when you have no money, so you can't bail your fucking self out and you can't get your car. But anyways, that's what they told Tiffany. But that's not what they fucking did. And now they're stopping my fucking emails from going out. They're stopping my fucking my reports from going out and saying my fucking name all the way down to the ground over there at the DEA, all the way over there down to the ground at the FBI IC3 companies or whatever this is up here. They're stopping it. And I can tell they're stopping it, or whatever reports they sent to the judges, or whatever they sent to them over there. They're not even watching my videos because of the lies that they told them. I mean, what in the fuck, dude? It literally says that judges and cops signed off on this letter being sent to Marisa or whoever they sent it to, that they're all saying they didn't get no letter or whatever. It's like, fuck you, dude. Because you all want my money so I can't be a good mom? Or is it because you can't control the environment above me? Because if I look at my mom, guess what? People come in here. And it's fine if it's an adult. All you have to do is raise friends instead of player. But if it's a kid, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Are they going to get beat up here? Is somebody going to rescan them in as their kid and adopt them and then accuse you later of some stupid shit that didn't fucking happen? Why the fuck can't you guys get a hold of it? Why can't you guys up here understand that this man is the bad guy? It ain't these fucking bitches. It's a dude. And it's not just one. It's several. So I'm pretty sure that the owner of all games, or whatever he calls himself now, Senior Frog, or maybe it's Godfather Time, or I don't know, something froggy with a crumpet, has my back, behind my back, now that he knows I've never been in trouble and I didn't sign up for this. But then again, I'm like, well, what if he's just having the back of a fake Tiffany up here? Because he said vitiligo. He said the Christian mom got set up who's never been in trouble. But there's a fake Tiffany up here like that too. So does it go to the ground, or do I just keep having to punk these people out? Because I'm not afraid of you, bitch. It does not matter what you said you seen. What matters is what happened in real life. I'm sitting here at my mom's house. You're literally watching something that happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, or maybe it was 4 or 5 weeks ago, when Katrina went to AK's and fellatio happened. Why the fuck did you pull my baby girl up from where she's at San Antonio's? I didn't go to I didn't go to AK's and get fellatio done on me or give him fellatio on his birthday around June 16th or 18th or whatever that is. And why the fuck is Katrina and what she does attached to me? Why is what AK does in that department attached to me? Why is my baby girl getting pulled in here questioned because of what these motherfuckers are doing when I'm sitting here doing nothing wrong, waiting for money to be able to be a better mom? Fuck you! Give me my fucking money! Give me my representation! What the fuck's wrong with you people, man? Every single fucking day that you don't fucking represent me in the FBI and everything else, you stupid fucking piece of shit motherfuckers, people are dying. Because believe it or not, there's other games that are going on that are still trying to get Tiffany's money and representation to not look like fucking murderers. Because they're the ones that chose the people to fucking die. Not me, them, to cover up their fucking situation so they could get my money and their representation in the FBI. Because this fucking good woman over here mixed with this good woman is connected to this robber, connected to this murder, connected to this C murder case, connected to Tiffany, connected to Therese, connected to AK, connected to Katrina, connected to LaShawn, connected to Mandy, connected to fucking Tanika's porn industry over here, which is really Mandy's, which is not mine at all. All of us have a million fucking CPS calls and a bunch of fucking scary ass shit that ain't fucking real. My daughter on the ground has no idea that I ever did drugs, except that she had to see a video that I had to send her that says I got off drugs to be a better mom. And that I was attached to a Chimo. And that they're stealing my life force, and that they try to kill one Chimo, and it mixes the cases up here, whatever they were doing. Because you guys told me that my daughter wasn't responding on Facebook because of you guys up here blocking it. or she had read something on Facebook or Snapchat or whatever that you guys let them send her to protect you up here, who is a dude in my body. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So all 3, 4 of these people on my head are all getting charged, whatever they were getting charged, because they're attached to AK and Katrina or me or whoever having sex that looks like they're doing porn or whatever. It's not even that they're doing it on purpose, but those people are connected in a child saying thing, dude. But my daughter should not be brainstem code connected to whatever it is you're fucking talking about. I'm not Katrina. I'm not Amanda, and I'm not Amy. My baby girl has been safe her whole life. So why are you pulling her up in here to fucking question her or any version thereof to where she's like, Mom, and I'm hearing her come through my soul. And I have no idea what you're fucking saying or making it look like fucking happened just to win your stupid fucking bet. I ain't ashamed of nothing, bitch. Come down here and talk out of my fucking face. Cause you can see FBI trails to everything I've fucking done. Cause I've been sitting here for 2.5 years. But you have to come all the way down and have a split fucking screen to know that I'm not in there. And then you see the fucking truth, okay? You can't see who's behind me necessarily. You might have to put a London helmet on, or maybe it's an Anthony Cia's helmet on, or maybe it's a big steak helmet on with a lion on it. But you can tell for a fucking fact that I'm not schizophrenic. I did not hurt anyone. And I don't deserve any disrespect from any bitch named Sarah. Or whoever the fuck that stupid cunt is that came down here yesterday and was like, where are your friends at now, Tiffany? Where's your girls at now, Tiffany? When I have no fucking clue why she's saying that. She just said it yesterday. It's in one of these videos right here. And I'm gonna send the Echelon Mom one to you too, okay? Because these people talk out my face, right? Because whatever's going on in here, well, whatever goes on in here, whatever they set it up to be in here, can be forced through to the judges to decimate my character some more. Get my daughter disconnected from whatever the fuck it is you're doing in here. She's never been hurt. Because every second you have her connected like that, she can die. You're stealing her fucking life force. I'm not in there to protect my baby girl, or else my baby girl wouldn't have ran over here to me and say, Mom, like that. Meanwhile, I hear Tony up here going down a memory when it's not even fucking Tony. It's some evil fucking cop trying to fucking decimate my character again, saying, get my daughter away from drugs, or whatever they're fucking saying. I'm like, are you serious right now? I haven't done drugs for like 2.5 years. Yeah, I did bring her to Mandy's house once for a minute to meet her son or whatever, because her son had whatever it isn't. He's a good singer and shit or whatever. And yeah, at the time I didn't really think much about it because Mandy's a good mom. Or was. And then she got involved in gangs for a minute. But anyways, this was years ago, like 5 years ago, and she was the only friend that I had. Any fucking ways. And I'm like, that ain't Tony. Stop trying to decimate my character, dude. Either way, I got off drugs to be a better fucking mom. And no, I had no idea what Mandy was involved in because when I was with Mandy, it was me and Mandy and her kid. Like, it was us. Like, she's a mom. He would sit out there and do whatever that singing thing is on the fucking thing. Like, he loves his mom. Like, there was no weird shit there. But up here, there sure was, wasn't there? I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it, dude. These people sit here and they stick up for me out of my body. So when this person leaves, it'll be somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, and then they just get deleted. They don't keep one specific person attached to me whatsoever. Was that big peanut shell open? Is she okay? Peanut? Jessica's daughter? Messer? Is Joey Brown okay? Her brother in the Marines? This is a fake ass alternate reality where people are not allowed to be anymore. Whatever CPS shit you guys got going on up here is illegal as fuck, just trying to get my money. We want to sit here and act like I'm fucking schizophrenic. There is a schizophrenic one in here, and it's the person trapped in Anthony Cia's brainstem. Because he was accused of hurting kids too. He's a white boy, and he does crank a lot. So on top of AK's personality disorder or whatever this is up here, every time he was fucking with a girl that had kids or whatever on the ground, it's a potential charge on the guy on his head. Because not only are they peeing off of him, but up here you can see who the kids are on other people's heads on accident. Because apparently the power sources go too close. Yeah, well, I'm not having sex anymore, so that shouldn't stop me from being around my family. But for some reason, they sure as hell didn't have a problem stopping the tape there at Sal's birthday, huh? Because he didn't want to see Tony give me a big hug and us slap asses like we love each other. Because we do. And so does my daughter love me. So does Sal. He's like, you look good, Tiff. And then they start texting him some shit or whatever it was that I had to put out there for my son because they said some stupid ass shit about my kid again. About the Heat ISTEM codes because they did too make him fucking sing a rap song up here while he was in jail in an alternate universe that the cops didn't even know about because it's some side bet or whatever. Well, they're getting a hint now because I turned it in, but the ground game don't know about it because it's a skins program. It's a separate thing from the FBI and from the CIA and from Pain Informant Street and from everything. But the thing is, it was supposed to be my separate thing for whoever's attached to me, not his separate thing or her separate thing. It's supposed to be mine. I'm the one that they did this to. They didn't ruin anybody else's life. Every single other person in here has a normal life, and none of them know what the fuck is going on in here on any timeline. And just because I say that this happened here or that happened here, there, or there, okay? They don't know for sure if I'm telling the truth or not, or if it's going to come out at some point. They don't understand why I know stuff in real life that supposedly happened, or maybe it's a different name or a different person being blamed when I haven't seen the reports. It's like, you're not putting two and two together, people on the ground. That's just it. The people on the ground are not getting the messages to put two and two together about what's going on in here. Tiffany knows what's up because I'm talking out of her fucking mouth. So yesterday there was a charge. And it is that one. And it is that one. But it wasn't against Tiffany Browning. It was against him. The same one that's trying to stay connected to Tiffany from Portland. Who doesn't deserve to be connected to Tiffany from Portland. It's a paid informant sheet thing or whatever this is up here. Father Fogg said the same thing. He does not want him connected to Tiffany because he's getting Tiffany in trouble for what they did in the past, trying to cover up for their shit. They lied to Father Fogg, they lied to London, they lied to everybody. And it's not my friends at all, like at all. I'll save them later, but that doesn't mean I want to be connected to them. But then my girls don't want to be connected to me because it's too embarrassing because of what everybody else did or because Tiffany looks naked down here. I'm like, then give me my money and get the fuck off my label because I got plenty of people who want to be connected to me because we're billionaires up here. And that was a fucking dildo for some reason looking like a squid. They're still doing porn apparently. So what it is like the people that are on AK's head don't even know that they're on his head because they can't see AK. Because they cannot virtually sit down in AK's body and do a split screen at all. Because the way AK is connected is different. They connected Tiffany through her eyes via drone ship program to the Skins network, one way or the other, which was not legal in the United States, or at least part of it. It was not legal here. It was in Germany. It's legal overseas, but not here because of exactly what the fuck is done. But they were sneaking it under the radar over here and getting paid for it somehow, not realizing why all these people were dying out of nowhere with no idea why they were dying. Or maybe it's just Facebook die, right? Because there was a morgue report for Will Smith's son too, or maybe there was Wayne on the trailers up here, but he didn't really die in real life, but we thought he did. Because he over here, you overdose with Blue's Clues up here and heroin up here. I can't explain it, dude. It just doesn't make sense because they're like, why the fuck would somebody being doing drugs be up here? Exactly. They ain't supposed to be. But the problem here is that the only people that were legally connected to my brainstem were the ones that played the game, and that's the ones I already mentioned. So one of them was a narc, one of them was a paid informant. Were they legally connected to Tiffany? No. They were legally connected to the system. that I was not a part of, but they made it look like I was. They made it look like I was okay with it. They made it look like Tiffany was doing stuff she wasn't doing. Tiffany's clueless down here. The person on her head is doing it, controlling everything, and then blaming Tiffany underneath there for still being connected. I'm like, motherfucker, why didn't you give me my fucking money then? Why did you let them give me a sidewinder then and make me believe for 2.5 years that I'm working for the greater good and that I'm going to be financially stable for the rest of my life and have my back had by the fucking FBI, by the CIA, by the CPS, by all these fucking reports that weren't real? To be the savior program and the deity group. Replace my daughter's life force. Get her fucking disconnected. Don't have these fucking blue things coming off of her. Why the fuck are you using her brainstem to have people in here living out lifelines if you're not helping her mom on the ground be a better mom to her or her son? I'm sitting here seeing my mom. She has red and yellow coming off her too because my brain and my mom's brain apparently are connected right now, and the lifelines are done on those ones. So I don't know if that's part of them getting them safely disconnected or if they're going to turn into blue ones soon or what. But 2 nights ago, they said they put poison in the line and my mom almost died. Again, I think. Well, she didn't almost die, but she got really, really sick. She said her stomach was burning really bad. She was lightheaded. She was cold sweating. She had like a fever, cold sweating. And I was like, you better fix mom's brain stems, man. And I gave her some yogurt and she drank some water and it took a minute, but she felt fine after that. Have my back, behind my back, please, 100%. I know he said that. I know Father Fogg said that he does, but I don't feel it yet because the people in my body are letting me make this video. The people in my body are letting me talk about it still, and I still don't have money on my Green Dot go-to card. I still don't have no emails telling me what I can and can't do or how I'm supposed to proceed or whatever, if I'm suing people or if they're just going to play it safe and just kind of sneak me money or what they're going to do. I don't know. Or maybe they're lying to me and they're trying to get a warrant for my arrest for some stupid shit that didn't fucking happen, which is what this guy said they're trying to do because they don't want to get in trouble for what they did to me. They'd rather me get in trouble here or up here when it's not me doing it. Because if you put the body on up here, okay? This is our Bureau of Investigation. It's separate from theirs because this is our cases that are attached to our brain stems, okay? The way we do it up here, because we can go in the past on these people that were accused of it, or Tiffany or whoever, after they didn't delete their play or dust their trail or whatever, we can put their body on. And almost everybody up here, except for 3 of them, which is still fucking illegal, they should not be connected anymore because they don't have a skin attached. They're just basically freelancers up in here that can do shit, and they can delete their player dust or trail, and they don't have anybody else who's witnessed what they've done, which is illegal because they're not FBI or nothing. They're my friends. They get away with whatever they do, but they get paid to set people up or whatever it is or isn't. But anyways, any whatever you're saying, inappropriate behavior, okay? You put a GoPro on the bitch or the dude. A GoPro, see-through, and they know what that means, okay? Matching the brainstem of the person on Tiffany's head, which is usually Abernathy, or maybe it's London, or maybe it's Anton Ide, or maybe it's Anthony Ciaz, or maybe it's the Sean Cumpet, or maybe it's any of these dudes named number 2, or number 1, or the Paid Informancy Network, or the NARC program. Go ahead and put a fucking brainstem of their connection to that dude and this girl right here, Tiffany, and Katrina Hayward, and Anthony Ciaz. Put a GoPro on Katrina Hayward's fucking forehead. Because she's the one that went and saw AK, not me. Put a GoPro on Anthony Ciaz's forehead. And then you tell me why my daughter got pulled in here. Because I'm not the one that went and saw AK, you stupid bitch. And if that don't work, then put Katrina's body on. Put AK's body on. Check the brainstem code connection. Did either one of them do anything inappropriate out loud? No, they were just doing fellatio on the ground. So why the fuck did my daughter get pulled in here then, motherfucker? Why did her daughter get pulled in saying me mom? Because she thinks I'm Katrina. Or whatever. Or maybe it's a different daughter, dude. Or maybe they're thinking that I'm going to prison for stabbing somebody. Or maybe they think I'm going to prison for shooting somebody. Or I don't know what it is because I can't see them because now they're looking at different shit. This was them trying to prove somebody guilty. And they talk out of my mouth like it's me, but because I'm the only one that can stick up for me. But when I stick up for me, I stick up for them too. after they sent me the bodies via whatever and they scanned them in off me, they pulled me up to the UE basically. But it's not really that they pulled me in up there, but I thought they did. But they didn't. Really, what they did is just gave me a matching sidewinder that matches somebody in here to watch the people that they attached to me. One of them was attached to CPS. One of them was attached to a narc. One of them was attached to paid pharmacy. One of them was attached to an investigation from Arizona, or maybe it's Portland. But the main thing was the investigation was more or less on why the fuck they did this to Tiffany over here. They wanted nothing to do with Anthony and wasn't even friends with LaShawn or any of these people. She was barely friends with Mandy. She had got her off drugs 2 years ago and crossed the bridge into Vancouver, Washington to get the fuck away from them playing that game that was sitting there telling her they were going to kill her, they were going to kill her, they were going to kill her, and you stupid bitch. And that's all they could ever say to her on the ground. And that's why Amy Young was always like, another person good ass stuff, was always like, you're a good person, babe. Just don't listen to voices. You know, whatever they're saying, it's not you. It's fucking Mike Allen. It's fucking Anthony Cia. This Will. It's all these other people blaming Tiffany over here for being a rat tail or whatever it is that they're saying. When in person, everybody I went around, even the girls, like, they couldn't be mean to me. Like, they may have been jealous or whatever, or maybe they weren't jealous. Maybe they were just annoyed, but they were always nice, sort of. I mean, Jessica was kind of a bitch, but pace, but like you can't be mean to somebody who's being nice to you because I'm a nice person. So everywhere I went, I would hi, even like the enemy Jessica. Hey girl, how you doing? Give her a hug unless she's fucking angry or whatever. And that's how Tiffany rolls. Like I don't have enemies, but yet I have my neighbor saying run for your life. I have people banging on my mom's fucking door. Mandy had somebody fucking shoot her tire out or some shit or do something to her car to fuck it up so she can't drive. And over there in Oregon, they broke her window. I don't know if they really did something to her car. Or if it just broke down. I'm not sure. But I think Summer Reeves got some money to get a new car for some reason somehow, and she ain't really working like she said. But yet, you can't give me money to be able to be a functioning member of society and stop ratting you guys out up here for not doing your job correctly. Like, I'm pissed. Because the paid informant bullshit or whatever this program was, dude, is like the dirtiest, most fucked up situation on a chain thing. Because you can't really blame the person on the ground because they don't know what you're talking about. Because it's their back brains. It's people in here connected to their brains. It's not, but they all thought it was different because Tiffany has an idea of what's going on in here on some timeline. So whatever I'm talking about right now might not surface right this second, but it doesn't mean it won't surface in a few weeks that people died that shouldn't have, or that there's some alternate universe fake police reports trying to be filed against Tiffany owning anything or whatever they're fucking saying to decimate my character some more when I'm literally challenging you, DEA, FBI, CIA, whoever it is that you guys do, paid informancy people, like, don't throw dirt on my name when you're the one needing the fucking shower. Okay? I've never hurt another human being on the planet in my life. Whatever you got against me up here is not me, it's them. So you want to blame the one out of all those people who's never been in trouble when you know now for a fact that LaShawn and Bo and Anthony Ciaz did put me in there back then when they were in Arizona, but he was here paying my first month's rent? I had the back of every fucking person up there because I knew for a fact, somewhere I knew that somebody was being dirty or whatever, but I didn't know if they were hiding because of charges they were holding for someone else or what. But the problem here is that Rebecca lost her fucking kids for the same fucking reason in Ohio. Alright? The cops were too called to Rachel's house, whether it was just here or just up there. And whatever they said to Rachel up here or on the ground was not what happened. Because they have the misinformation of whatever it is. Once again, what you're seeing and who you're seeing it with is not what you're supposed to be seeing. And it has to do with people being attached to kids that they're not supposed to be attached to in their brain stems from going from the UE side of the skin side that's supposed to be punishing the people on the syndicate side over here that are doing paid informancy if they don't do it right, mixing the brain stems up, mixing the powers up, mixing the permission slips up like this. giving permission slips to the people who are doing drugs over there, who are setting people up, who have broken the law 1,000 times, of the ones up here who actually worked, that were the head of the paid informancy program, that had a visor on that read lips, that had, a shield on that read lips, or had a picture-in-picture, that had a visor on that was keeping an eye on somebody like Anthony Sears or somebody different to make sure that he wasn't hurting kids or whatever it is or isn't that they keep an eye on up here in the skins department, the ear, teeth, eye, skin people. And the matching badge that's silver, not gold. That's a woman that loves Tiffany Browning and understands that, yeah, she used to do drugs, but she got off drugs to be a better fucking mom, and you guys are the only ones stopping her from doing that. So fucking what if I look at somebody and it brings them in here? All you gotta do is erase brainstem's dead and player and put it up underneath something alive. Or put them up underneath the Iwa tree up here like you're supposed to. Or just disconnect them from the paid informancy program. Or whatever it is that they're connected to. And I understand that's a little, whatever, but anyway. The problem here is that my baby girl's never been hurt. My son was never hurt. My kids are not your kids. My son needs his mom to be able to take care of him or help him be a normal functioning member of society, not on drugs. I cannot do that here at my mom's house. I need my own apartment. I need a car. I need to be able to have the availability to work and have respect where I go. So you want to take my billion-dollar company, my billion-dollar information, my shit right here, and turn it into being about somebody else because they started it? Bullshit. They didn't fucking start shit. I did because of what they did to me. They did this to Tiffany. They ruined Tiffany's lives. They put the bodies through Tiffany virtually and scanned them in off her. And the FBI was just like, oh shit, that was illegal. And we're from Arizona, so not really sure what to say, but we're just gonna go. Sorry, hopefully it goes okay. Because they didn't know what to do either. There was other people from Portland, I think, attached, or maybe it was Minnesota, like Celeste. But I crossed the bridge to Washington State, and they got disconnected because the reach or whatever, the connections or whatever, didn't cross the bridge into Washington because it wasn't supposed to. Because whatever it is not good for Washington State. Washington State doesn't have a bunch of drug addicts everywhere. They don't have a bunch of car thieves everywhere. They don't have a bunch of crime here like Portland does. It wasn't supposed to cross the bridge over here, but it did. And it didn't cross the bridge over here in anybody else but Tiffany Brooks Browning on the ground and the 5 people she is attached to. And then Mandy came over here, so it's kind of attached to her too from whatever she was attached to over there. But before that, it was Tiffany, Robbie, and Summer. And that's it. Like, those were the only 3 people that had anything to do with anything over here in Vancouver, Washington. But yet the red-haired girl over there that used to live in my apartments, her sons, from Blue Light District, Little Crips or whatever, brought me a car on the ground for them to use up here to get whoever was on my head back over there to Portland. As like, what, you don't want me to have a car on the ground so that the people on my head can't go to Portland? Or so that they can't drive back and forth, or what? Why don't you just delete the people or put them in jail? It's an alternate fucking reality. Who gives a fuck? You have a fake ass jail, just put them up in jail. Who cares? Their bodies on the ground don't know they're in here, man. They don't have a fucking clue that they're in here. That's what I'm saying. The people in here are traumatized in here because of what happens in here and can be forced through to the judges when it ain't fucking true. But there's no fucking way you should have somebody with a Tiffany body on, especially with Sidewinders, because there's different people talking out of her mouth saying whatever they're trained to say. And then when it comes down time for them to get arrested in her body, they just dip out. Delete their player, Trista. Like, you can't sit here and try to get Tiffany arrested here, up here, or on the ground when she's not doing anything wrong. You guys dropped the ball. You guys screwed up, okay? You screwed up, not me. But I have now served 18,000 fucking hours, 18 hours a day, clean and sober. I've only done drugs a few times for my birthday or whatever, and the rest of the time it was literally because I had no life force loss, and I had to sit up waiting for them to give me my money every day or stand up for myself every day. You want me to stop talking about it? Then give me my money. Give me my support. Let me be a good mom to my kids. Fix the shit over here with your little rumors of me being schizophrenic to my fucking friends in Vancouver. Angela, Tana, Rachel, Lana, all these people that were getting these bad messages. Because honestly, I don't even know for real what they fucking think because you have Facebook covers on everybody, it looks like. And you guys say to them what you want to protect you up here. Or maybe it's to set me up here and make me look crazy. Because there's no fucking reason why Angie should have got defensive when I said something about Tana and Lana or whatever it is getting my money. She's like, we work really hard for all of our money. I'm like, I know that, babe. I wasn't saying you guys don't work hard at all. What I'm saying is that I'm being told by the echelon that you guys or a version thereof are getting the money that I'm supposed to be getting on the ground to be able to be a better mom, to get a car or whatever it is, to be able to do what I need to do to function as a normal member of society. But yet, Tana, whatever, she blocks me on Facebook because she read that, because a person in her body blocked it because they got in trouble for getting her money up here or setting her up via somebody else not realizing it or something. I mean, what is it, guys? Why don't you do it the right way? This is fucking ridiculous, dude. They know for a fact, dude, because they've seen the DEA can fucking see that they're in these bitches' face too. Tana Cloud, Lana Stone, Rachel Morrow, Marilee Schneider, all my good friends that were sitting on that fucking staircase. They're all up in there using their profiles and shit. And this ain't just good people. And maybe it is good people judging the shit out of Tiffany's past, bitch. But what you don't fucking realize is that I didn't come from that life. I came from the same life that Rachel and Tana and Lana all lead. And that's the life I'm trying to get back to with my baby girl and my son clean and sober in the future. Not being called a murderer or whatever the fuck it is you guys keep calling him up here. Because my son is not who you think he is. He's brainstem coded, connected to other people. They'll just do anything to decimate Tiffany's character and act like, because there was a girl up here named Sarah with my body on, with a dude in her body or whatever. She didn't know who my daughter was in here. She didn't know who my kids were, and my kids did too come in here at all different ages with an alternate personality in it, an alternate life form personality. Okay, and we're calling it Anunnaki from Egypt. All right, they would look at her fucking picture, her baby picture, all the way. And my came in here too, dude. I was up in here pregnant. Like I said, dude, there was a somewhere over there in Sweden. There's a person of me that was pregnant with a different alternate life form in her. With my memories, with my daughter, they had my daughter again, and la 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 la, like, or something. But I'm just tripping, right? Sure, it's just me being schizophrenic, right? I'm not schizophrenic. I have multiple profile disorder. It's a new thing. It's not disorder in the personality because I'm the same person. These people aren't. So punish these people then. Why the fuck are you guys letting some bitch named Sarah sit here and disrespect me in schizo camp and say shit out of her mouth like she's Tiffany that Tiffany would never say? Why didn't they ask me any personal questions when I did go to the schizo clinic? Like, okay, so what's your story? We have you in therapy. What's your story, Tiff? They didn't ask me a goddamn thing. You know why? Because they knew for a fact it wasn't me in here. They were trying to get rid of this motherfucker. But yet, when I go there, they're like, I'm all showing them my hair melting, and they're like, oh no, like all snobby and gross because somebody attaching me up here had lice. White Tanika. And now Elijah has lice for some reason. Or maybe it's not lice. Maybe it's just a bunch of broken rubber bands. Because I do remember that when Brian Jokey's friend was like, look at this shit. And he was doing this, and a bunch of things fell on the bed. And it did kind of look like dead bugs or something, but it didn't at the same time. I know what broken rubber bands are because I saw them in the schizo clinic. I felt them breaking on my head. And then they look brown and black or white or something. I can't explain it, but they know what I'm talking about up here. I got no bugs in my fucking hair, and neither did my son. Or maybe he does. Well, he might, because he's homeless on the streets, but... Dude. It's just sad, because I wish I could just show you, like, all these pictures of me being able to, like, show you with me and my kids and shit. They deleted them off the fucking internet because they kept looking at them bringing my kids in here for Life Force or whatever it is, dude. I swear to God, that's what it is. Either that or they lied to everybody up here. That's not what it was. You can totally fucking tell that I was a good fucking mom, dude. You got me fucked up. Just looking at my pictures on my Facebook, Tiffany Browning Facebook, you know, you could see me with all my friends before I did drugs, because that was when Sal and I were still together. So he met Tony when they went to the beach that weekend. I didn't know he met a girl, but I had also met Adam Dyer, and I kissed him on accident. And because he gave me the weekend to decide if I wanted to be with him or not, and I was really like, anyway, I was like, dude, I don't care what it takes. I'll do whatever it takes. I don't want to lose my baby girl. Like, I don't want to lose our family. I don't want her to not grow up without her mom, even part time, because my baby girl was my world, dude. She was only like 6 or 7. Anyway, I promised him I'd do whatever it took, Like, we just weren't having sex anymore. That's why we broke up. We'd been together for 14 years. He was just bored. Okay? So, anyway, and I get it because we weren't seriously happy, but my baby girl didn't know that. Okay? He came home every night, dinner was made. Like, we were a family, dude. My mom lived there. Like, it was a good home. But anyway, and then he moved in with Tony with my baby girl, and I was homeless because I didn't have anybody to move in with. And I'm not the kind to just intrude on my friends who I already hadn't like talked to them that much because I was depressed or whatever. So me and my mom were homeless on the streets, and we both lived out of our cars and stuff. And it was kind of fun, actually, believe it or not. I mean, it sounds stupid, but it was kind of fun. I mean, we made it fun, sorta. But then I met Adam, and he was homeless too. And it was like this weird Bonnie and Clyde moment, and I did drugs for a while, so I guess it was kind of fun, but not at all because I missed my fucking daughter and I missed my safe life. It was scary, it was horrible. He beat me up, he fucking popped my tires, he broke my window. Like every time I tried to leave him, he'd fucking freak out. He'd try to kill himself. Like it was the most traumatizing shit you've ever imagined. And I got stuck there, and my transmission went out, and it's just one tragic story after the other after the other. And then I met fucking Anthony Cias and these pieces of shit. And then finally I was like, okay, I'm done, dude. My daughter just went from being 7 to 10 and a half and telling me this period story of she's had her period for 6 months and she didn't know how to tell her dad. Well, she needs her fucking mom. It can't be attached to this life no more. So I crossed the fucking bridge to get the fuck away from that life and this game and AK and get off drugs. Both ways. Blue block it. By law, you have to. I'm drinking half a fifth a day, dude. I got clean and sober to be a better fucking mom. And start over with nothing because I left my car there, I left my furniture there, but I didn't think that I was going to start over with nothing. I thought I was going to be able to get it at some point because the UE people were promising me that, dude. They promised me they would pay for my apartment, or they'd pay for me to get an apartment or whatever if I could just, do whatever. They didn't really say much of anything. They just kept making it seem like here soon at the end of this syndicate game or whatever, you'll get money or you'll be rewarded or we'll help you with a resource to get a car or an apartment or whatever, because they knew then that I was not in here and I was not supposed to be attached to whatever the fuck they were doing in here. But at some point or another, I don't know if it's when they had somebody in my body scared for the SWAT team murder because Callahan came down the pipeline saying that they were going to fucking pick which prison I was going to and I'd be in the hole at Rikers for 10 years, or at the hole in the hole at Folsom County because that's the one that paid the most for 30. Okay. It's just stupid. Anyways, they made me talk to AK again, and like it's just dumb because I don't know if that's when they disconnected from me or what happened. But anyways, the point is, here it is, 2.5 years later. I've never gotten money. They've helped other people. They've helped Manatessi. They've helped Summer Reeves. They've helped everybody else who played the game or has anything to do with the game. Even my brother's girlfriend got some money on her card somehow up here. I think I'm not even sure. Maybe it was somebody different, but I can't get financial assistance from the fucking FBI because they don't want to fucking point the finger at the person that was fucking up, or they didn't see the flaw in the system. Then why the fuck is there some stupid bitch coming over here saying the same shit she said to me last year? Where's your lines then, Tiffany? Where's your friends at now, Tiffany? Because that girl does not know that I'm not in here. They're just seeing a reflection of me from whatever they're doing in here. I'm not there. Whatever they're saying about me is not me doing it. I didn't do that. Whatever this is up here is not me doing it. It's them doing it. And she's literally talking shit to me. Like, where are your friends at now? Where's your Secret 7 services now? Yeah, well, all these women up here that are supposed to have my back in the UE, the entity program, they dip out because they realize that they had the back of the wrong person too, like Katrina Hayward. And it's going to always be like that until the FBI has my back, because when the entity lady came down and said, when I was at Katrina's, and says, don't worry, I'll make sure the father pays you, okay? And I'm like, okay, cool, thank you, finally. But then they tell me that they paid Rachel/Tana and Katrina instead my money because they thought I was Katrina, because they are on my head and they see Katrina. So then Katrina goes to see AK, and then they say Tiffany broke her dating rules. She's sleeping with somebody and she's not supposed to be or whatever, but yet she gets her money. So it's like, is she getting paid to set me up here? because they're telling me they don't want nothing to do with me because I'm having sex when I already said I'm not going to have sex anymore because of whatever the fuck happens in here when somebody has sex or whatever because I have a sidewinder or whatever because they can't fix it. Because when I have sex, we all have sex virtually or something. But yet Katrina had sex and they said she was Tiffany and she got money on the ground and I got nothing. Or maybe it's just up here, right? Maybe. Okay, well, Katrina has a normal life. Rebecca has a normal life. Everybody else on the planet that played the game lives a normal fucking life. I know it doesn't feel like they're living a normal life up here, and they're not up here, but they are also being paid and brainstem coded to hurt other people to protect the law people that were involved or the people that messed up or the fake law, evil fake FBI, the FBI hub or whatever you want to call this. You can't just keep sitting here promising somebody who's dying and bleeding out of her pee hole. Summer knows why she got her kidney removed, but Tiffany doesn't even know why. She got her kidney removed so she wouldn't die. Tiffany Browning can't get her kidney removed because she's keeping 5 other people alive on the ground. And the poison that's going into Tiffany's body is in fact killing her because she's not connected the correct way and she needs to get disconnected from a lot of people that she's connected to, including somebody who has failing kidneys. He's a ex-heroin addict. He has a urethra. I mean, I'm not schizophrenic, dude. I didn't stab nobody. I've never hurt another human being on the planet in my life. I have multiple profile disorder. And I'm manically depressed because I can't be a functioning member of society. When I see my fucking family all happy at salads with the kids and everything, they're doing barbecues, it's like, dude, if I had a fucking car, I could be more involved in her life. And the UE people could be more, yay, we want to be a part of Tiffany's life now. But sitting here depressed with no fucking car in Washington State, knowing for a fact that this is illegal to play it from Oregon to Arizona over here, and that they get away with doing everything from Oregon State because everything they're saying comes from Oregon State when I live in Washington State. I'm not over there getting tannic with a fake daughter named Soraya who looks like she's getting hurt in real life, you stupid fucking dumb fuck. My kid was not the one that was hurt. I don't know why she was brainstem coded or why they have her name on. Maybe it's because the Empress Division gets money for it. Because I started this. They didn't do this to these people. They did it to Tiffany. I'm Scotch and croissants with vitiligo. Who's never been in trouble? LaShawn Clumpett up here doesn't know on the ground, but the people that played the game know why he put me in here as somebody who threw a gun away. And they know why they changed it to be something different in the facial recognition software shit. They're not recognizing somebody walking around with vitiligo in here, breaking the law. They're looking down at Tiffany like she's a paid informant, blaming her for everything that doesn't go right. Yeah, well, I'm not a lesbian and I'm not in there having sex. I have not had sex in almost a year. And the only person that I did have sex with was AK because you motherfuckers made me talk to him. And he doesn't know how to be my friend without having sex. And that was when you made me scared to death to leave town and I would have to fucking leave town. And I would wait till the very last second and I missed the flights a few times. You know for a fact that this is your fucking douchebag ass faults, man. I fucking hated AK, dude. They threatened my son's life in jail. That they were gonna hurt my son in jail if I didn't let them watch me and AK together. And I thought they were talking about have sex. I was like, what the fuck? What is like? How demented do you have to be to threaten somebody like that? I'm like, okay, but I was super scared about my son in jail because these people are evil, dude. But they thought I was Jessica Page. I don't know what the fuck they thought, but anyway, I think they thought that I was whoever AK was up here, or I don't know what I thought. I think they thought we were cheating the system or something, but I was not the one playing the game. They didn't have a right to watch Miss Marie Cormier write me down on the ground, let alone up in an alternate universe when I'm not the one up there. I'm right here. I've never been up there, dude. My brain stems are with somebody different. When the cops came, like I said, when I faked to commit suicide over there on Chorus Street or whatever, when the cops came up here, they knocked on the door. Lorenzo and his best friend answered because they got pulled up or whatever. Maybe they already lived a life above me with Emily in an alternate universe or whatever, but I was not in it. They answer the door. They bring the cop back. Nobody's in my bedroom. Tiffany's not there. She didn't commit suicide. She's just not there. Meanwhile, I'm down here going like, wow, okay, well, that does prove that the voices are real in a way, but it doesn't prove it on the ground. It doesn't prove shit. Like, it doesn't go to the ground that you're supposed to help Tiffany Brooks Browning get disconnected from whatever they were fucking threatening me with or whatever. They just let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. And I'm all, are you guys real? They're like, yeah, but we can't really talk about it because whatever they did to your brain is illegal. And we don't want to get our life lost either, or them set us up either, or steal our financials either, or our identities, or whatever. We just have to kind of do what they say. I have witnesses, dude. LaShawn's mom. And everybody that I've listed has immunity for this whole situation. I hope you know that by law. Because they were never allowed to do this to me, and you guys are the ones that let LaShawn and them do this to me. However long ago, the UE people up here knew that Tiffany was innocent. They also knew that she was a drug addict and hated her fucking life because they were the ones hearing her saying that I don't want to have sex, he's not my husband. I don't want to be watched, listened to, recorded, or written down in an alternate fucking universe where I look like somebody different. Or it looks like I was selling it or something, or like I was taking a shower out loud when I'm literally taking a shower in the dark. But they're seeing a different person up here taking a shower, like she's doing it on purpose for everybody to see her take a shower. What is it, paid informatry? Did I have a shield on? Were you reading my lips and I was at work? I forgot to take it off or something. I forgot to log out. It was like Katrina, who logged into a house with AK. Jessica Pace, maybe. Rick. Whatever his name wasn't. What about Trouble? You just using all these druggies to fucking what? Attach their names to me? Sorry, I'm gonna say druggies. That's somebody else saying it. Judgy. Right. You're not allowed to speak about it if you never lived it. And then I literally have to put faith in the UE up here. I literally have to put faith in the judicial system that fucked up in the first place. That's what I'm fucking saying, man. When I called the CPS place, I was like, I challenged them on the voicemail. I was like, I have to do my own investigations because what am I supposed to say? The voices in my head are telling me that you guys have a report that doesn't make sense. I have to do my own investigation. So will you please find? But I didn't know who to say because they basically have to be sitting in my body for her to come up here and talk to her so they know who Tiffany is with a split screen. Because this Tiffany is not the one to talk to because that's the one doing porn, the one that was getting the calls made. Why the fuck are they pinging off my baby girl doing porn? When this Anthony Sears, LaShawn Clumpett, whoever the fuck this bitch is, who's not Tanika at all, like at all, thinking Tiffany did something different, like turned her in for doing porn. You guys are not allowed to hurt people that I know. You're not allowed to rat on people that I know. You're not allowed to sit here and set me up for failure in the future with anybody that does or doesn't do drugs because that's illegal. I'm not the one with the judgment call. You are, lady, because you're the one that let this happen. I've never been in trouble. I'm Tiffany Browning. So you want to punish somebody? Go punish the backwards scan-in situation because nobody else knows on the ground that this is happening. Katrina knows there's people attached to her, but she doesn't get it. AK knows there's people attached to him, but he don't get it either. The only one that kind of knows what's going on is Anton Ide because of LaShawn Clumpett. Please have my back behind my back, law enforcement. Please don't make me be a fucking rodent or whatever it is that they're trying to do up here.